morning, guys. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, guys. Welcome to this live. I am going to show you how to, from the topic of this discussion, I'm going to show you how to make 100K up to 100,000 per year, which turns out to be about 10K per month, okay? Net after taxes, after all the fees, how you can make that, because that is the magic number for most of our students in the Smart Wolf Club. Most of our members in the Smart Wolf Club, when we survey them, they're talking about making 10K clean, after all the fees. If you can make 10K clean from the comfort of your home or from a location of your choice, from an airport, from wherever per month, 10K per month, which turns out to be about 100K or plus, just above 100,000 a year, most people will comfortably have a comfortable life. Not extravagant, not excessive, but just comfortable. Most people will replace their current incomes from their jobs, from their rat race, okay? So our goal here at the Smart Wolf Club, okay guys, the goal here is to get our members moving away from the rat race and enjoying their freedoms, okay, which are 3 freedoms. We're only talking about 3 freedoms. We are not worried about the other freedoms. If you've watched our previous videos, trainings in the Smart Wolf Club, if you remember, we talk about only 3 freedoms. We don't care about the other freedoms, political freedoms, I don't know, gender, whatever freedoms, whatever other religious freedoms, or whatever freedoms that we don't really worry about. We're talking about location freedom, financial freedom, and time freedom, where you free up your time so you can do the heck of or hell of whatever you want to do, okay, without worried about somebody breathing down your neck and telling you, giving you a checklist, or telling you this is what I expect you to do today, this is what I expect you to do tomorrow, this is what I expect you to do the next day. So you become your own manager. You manage your time, you manage your locations, you decide where you want to live, when you want to go, when you want to wake up, when some alarm or nothing. So most people, their magic number, we call it the magic number. This is the rat race coefficient. We named it to make it more complicated for some of you who like complicated stuff. We are calling it the rat race coefficient. This is a constant number that if you can generate every month consistently, constantly, guaranteed, for example, every month, you are going to be able to free yourself. You're going to have a trajectory, freedom trajectory. Let's be complicated. We call it freedom trajectory. So what is the number? You got to calculate your number. How are you going to calculate your number? Very simple. You can take a calculator, or you can have a board. Let's say we go here, bring up a board. And guys, I am testing this program. It's a free program. Guys, we use free tools, okay? You don't have to pay for some of these tools. With the advent of AI, you don't need to pay for a lot of tools. I know a lot of you guys are used to paying for stuff. Whatever I'm going to show you here, you don't need to pay for anything, okay? You're not going to pay for any of these tools. These tools are going to give you free service. So like now, I'm just using a free online board to give you an example. So let's say we're talking about 10K per month, okay? That is the goal for majority of our associates and members in the Smart Wolf Club. We're talking about dollars. 10K a month, per month, dollars. So we're gonna work together in the next few minutes, let's say half an hour to 1 hour. Guys, spare half an hour to 1 hour so we can learn how we're gonna generate this, okay? And I'm gonna show you several methods. You're gonna pick one and you're gonna stick to that one, and you're gonna put as much effort as possible. And if you need our help, join us in the Smart Wolf Club, subscribe to this channel, share these videos with a lot of people, okay? So because this is life-changing stuff. And before we go on, I'm going to do 2 things that we normally do in our videos. But before we do that, let's just break this little thing. So our goal here is to generate 10K per month. Now, this is the magic number, okay? I'm calling it the magic number, okay? The magic number for our beginner students. Okay, now for those of you who are very complicated, you like extremely complicated terms, we can call it the rat race coefficient. Okay, I'm calling it the rat race coefficient. Rat race coefficient, and the symbol is a rat. Okay, so that's the rat rate coefficient, and the symbol is something like this. Okay, that is the symbol. It's a rat. So the rat race coefficient is equal to the total number of all your recurrent fixed, these are the keywords, recurrent fixed monthly bills. I can see some of you are laughing now. Okay, so the rat race coefficient is equal to the total number of all your recurrent fixed monthly bills, the total. So let's say let's generate another board here. So okay, let's say your bills are comprised of, so it's going to be probably your utilities bills for most of our students. Okay, I'm talking from what I'm seeing from the surveys from our students. Okay, you know, the advantage you have is that I'm sharing with you what we see in the background. Okay, so all our members in the Smart Wolf Club, there's thousands of them from all over the world. Okay, we have members from countries where they live under $1 per day, and we have members from countries where they spend at least $100 per day or $1,000 per day. We have all kinds of members. Okay, we have members who are extremely serious professionals, so they spend at least $1,000 a day just to survive, to pay their bills and stuff. $30,000 a month to pay their rent, mortgages, taxes, and stuff. Okay, so wherever your point is, wherever you are in life right now, let's get your coefficient. Okay, the rat race coefficient. That is what makes you wake up every single morning at 6 a.m. for some of you, at 9 a.m. for some of you, and you clock in, punch out. For some of you, you're business owners, you own your little small business, papa, mama business, and you still have to show up in the morning and close, let's say at 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock. So you have to work these 8 hours or 10 hours or 12 hours. Some of you work 24 hours, you have 2 jobs, 16 hours, you have 10 jobs. I mean, whatever you have to do to pay these bills. So let's break down these bills. So these are your recurrent, reoccurring, okay, things that reoccur every month. You have to pay these every single month. If you don't, then something goes wrong. Like for example, they repossess your car, your mortgage, you're kicked out, or your landlord kicks out because of your rent, your insurance, you're kicked out of insurance, your medical bills, your food, whatever you eat, consume every month, your other memberships. Now, we're going to probably focus mostly on our needs, not wants, because some people want a lot of stuff. You know, some people have to buy a new pair of shoes or clothes every week. So that is a want, maybe. So let's stick to the needs, things that we need, the basics to survive, because we want to make our life easier. Now, if we start putting everything that we want in here, then the coefficient is going to be exaggerated. It's no longer going to apply. Okay, the rules are no longer going to apply. Okay. The exceptions are here mainly, so we are going to exempt all the wants, the things that we can do without. Okay, for some of you are extravagant. You have to buy 2 pairs of shoes every week, or every day you have to go to a movie or go to an entertainment place. Okay, let's focus on the basics, the bills. You know, the main thing, your utilities. Okay, if you don't pay, they cut off your electricity, they cut off your internet, they cut off your things that you need to function, things that you need to survive. They cut off your insurance, they cut off your water, they cut off supply of gas to your house. So those are things that there'll be no food for you to eat, things like that. Your car, they're going to take your car, so you have no transportation. Okay, some of you don't use cars, some of you use the train. Some of you don't drive, some of you fly. Okay, so whatever your coefficient is, some of you have private jets, so that you can put that in your if that is your mode of transport. So you're going to put that on here because that is a necessity for you. That is a need for you. Okay. All right, so here we go. So we're talking about mortgage. Okay, so rent and mortgages are included here. So that's probably the largest for most people. Mortgage, transportation, okay, mode of transport. We can talk about other utilities, of course, like your cell phone, because most people need their cell phones. You can't do without. So utilities here, we have cell phones, we have electricity, the electric bill, we have gas, heating gas, cooling gas. Some of you use firewood, whatever you have source of energies. Okay, you're paying for it. We have water, the water bills. So you're looking at your transportation, you're looking at your rent or mortgage, and then you're looking for your food. Okay, so you're gonna feed yourself. We are looking for our clothing. Okay, you're gonna clothe yourself. Okay, but here, this one I'm gonna put an asterisk because some people can go crazy on this, some people can go crazy on all of this. So we're gonna be looking at the basics. Okay, food. You're not eating some exotic food, some sushi imported from a village in Japan. No, we are not talking about that. Or you clothing or some designer cloth, crafted, handcrafted suit or jacket or leather mink suit, whatever, or crocodile skin shoes. No, we are not talking about that when it comes to clothing. We're talking about your basics, okay? Because again, you want to make your coefficient reasonable, okay? It has to be reasonable. It has to be something that the norm, you know, it follows the normal rules of survival, okay? So rules of survival. So this is not extravagance here, because if you make it extravagant, then it becomes very hard to achieve, okay? The coefficient doesn't apply anymore, okay? So there is limitations to how much this constant or coefficient, or what we call your magic number, apply. That's why when we ask our students, members, to calculate their magic number, they easily, average was 10K for most of them, okay? All right, now yours, for some of you that is nothing, but whatever yours is your coefficient, okay, let's work with it, okay? And then we're gonna see how we're gonna generate that using these simple methods, okay? And of course, if you stay up to the end of this, this might be part one of it, because I don't want to make this training so difficult, so long. We're going to make it simple, because we are targeting our members who are beginners, okay? If you're already a pro at this, maybe this is not for you, okay? You can use this for your entertainment, okay, guys? Okay, so food, clothing, what else have we forgotten here? Okay, some of you are good donors, okay, so your donations, okay, and now this one you're putting them at the minimum, okay? So we're not going extravagant here again, because this could be another, you may want to donate and buy the whole village, or afford school fees for the entire village. No, we're not talking about that, not extravagant. But of course there is that portion that you donate every month, okay? So that is part of your, if you there's an amount that if you donate, you know, you've set aside for donations, okay? But we're not talking about the extravagant things. Again, so let's be reasonable here, okay? And let's be reasonable again. So once we've done that, then you come up with your coefficient. So I can just give you an example of how we got, our members are getting to their 10K. So most members, they're talking about their mortgage being 3,000 to 4,000 a month. This is their mortgages, rent. Their cars, transportation, about $1,000 a month. Their food is about 2,000 a month for some of you, okay? So already 3,000 plus 1,000 plus 2,000, that gives you about 6K. Okay, they're talking about their utilities, so let's give utilities another 3,000. Okay, so that gives you about 9K. And then we have the other element here is the 1,000. This goes to miscellaneouses and donations, okay? Miscellaneous and plus donations, okay? So here under food, sorry, this one we put as food and clothing. That's 3,000. Food and clothing, okay? Food and clothing for most people. The 2,000 here, we put this as what? Utilities. So cell phones, gases, electric, payment, heating, all that. We put it under utilities. Insurances are in here. Okay, so these are monthly expenses. And then $1,000 for some of you is mainly transportation, plus of course anything that pertains transportation, your gas, your fuel, for your vehicles. Some of you are using the train, of course Uber. Some of you are using the Lyft to get to work, to get to wherever you want to go. And then of course some of you are renting or paying mortgages ranging between $3,000 to $4,000. So when you add this, we are getting to about 10K a month. Okay, now if you take 10K per month, you divide that by 30 days, because we want to see how we can generate this money every day, 24/7. Okay, 24/7. One billionaire said, if you don't generate money while you sleep, you are poor. So for you to be able to achieve this, you have to find sources of money, money machines that can work for you 24/7. That is the key. When you're sleeping, you're still making money, because I know most of you are used to earning wages actively, where you clock in and clock out. So when you're not clocked in, you're not making money. When you're sleeping, you're not getting paid. But we're going to change that mindset to a mindset where when you're clocked in, you're making money. While you're sleeping, you're also making money using your side hustles. I don't like to call them side hustles, because some people, when they hear side hustle, they think it is very time consuming, very exhausting. No, this is going to be like passive. This is like the easiest monies you can make. You set something once and it pays you over and over. All you have to do is maybe every 1 day or 2 days, you log into your account, or go to your computer or your cell phone and see how much profit you have generated or how much loss you've made, and then you can tweak a few things here and there to see if the machines continue generating you money. So we're going to give you the ideas, and we're going to give you the machines, and I'm going to share some examples with some of my students, very tiny accounts that are already achieving their magic number. Now, their magic number for some of these students is not $1,000, $10,000 a month. It's just about, they live under $1 per day. So $1 per day times 30 is $30. Okay, so if they're able to generate just $30 a month, they are actually achieving their magic number. That's all they had to do to free their time, because they woke up at 6 a.m. and worked up to 6 p.m. to just make $1. Okay, work really hard, manual labor. Okay, lay bricks, lift metals, remove trash, mow somebody's lawn. This is in countries where they live under $1 per day. The wage is $1. Okay, now some of you come in countries where you have to spend at least $1,000 a day. You can do the maths. Okay, it's all about maths. Okay, and I'm going to show you how you can calculate that. So if yours is, somebody else is $1 per day, that is their goal. Okay, they make $1 per day, they free their time from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. freedom. Okay, they get their time back, and now they can focus on growing this from $1 to the sky is the limit. Okay, that's the case, because we want to free the time. We want to give you the freedom. The idea is to achieve your freedom, because I tell you this, the magic of the freedom. Most of you, if you get that time freedom, most of you will start thinking, most of you will start doing wonders. That's the time you're going to unleash your ingenuity. That's the time you're going to unleash the power in you, because we are boggled by the rat race. The rat race ties you down. You stop thinking, and now you start living somebody else's dream. That's what most of us were taught, brought up. Go to school, get a good education, get a job, and work for 50 years, 60 years, and hopefully you save some money. So when you retire, you have some money to spend, and then you live for another 5, 10 years, and you die. Okay, and we say you're a good man, a good woman, you lived a good life. Okay, where is the good life? You gave up all your freedoms. Okay, you gave up your location freedom, you gave your timer, you gave up your time freedom, and you gave up your financial freedom, because we are living somebody else's dream. But the journey here in the Smart Wolf Club is to teach our members to see how we can regain these freedoms back. Okay, so if you're into that, let's begin. Now, before we go forward, let's do the two things that we normally do. Number one is a prayer. Okay, first we have to pray. And why must we pray? Because we all need help from the man above. I don't care what you believe in, okay? But you need help from somebody, man above. I'm a believer, so we're going to pray. In the belief of the power Almighty, we pray that the teaching that we're going to share today will help all those who are going to apply these skills, that they will become successful. I pray this in the belief of the power Almighty. Amen. Guys, join me. The second thing we're going to do is, number one was a prayer, which I have just done. Very short prayer. It doesn't have to be complicated. Number two is a disclaimer. Now, this is so important because some of you, when you see numbers like that, you get extremely excited. Okay, so we're going to put a disclaimer. The disclaimer is very simple. Whatever I am sharing with you guys is not, the word is not professional advice. None of us in the Smart Wolf Club, most of our coaches in the Smart Wolf Club are not professional investment advisors. They are not professional financial advisors. They are not even your advisors, okay? They're just guys on the internet sharing what they do, and it's up to you to do your own due diligence and also do your own research. And remember, anytime you put your money in any vehicle or any investment, you risk losing your money, okay? So always do this with the money that you can afford. And if you don't have any money to risk, just use what we call paper money, fake money, okay? So if you go to these platforms, they give you demo accounts, so just use the demo account to practice, okay? Don't use your real money because you're gonna lose it, okay? You will lose money, guys. Trust me, you will lose money, okay? We all go through that. You will lose money. In the beginning, you're gonna lose money, okay? That's part of the game. So with that out of the way, let's begin. Let us begin. All right, I was trying to restart this thing and it is still spinning around. Okay, let's go back. Okay, so guys, you see this platform here? This is shared by one of my students, okay? One of my students has shared this platform. I'm just hoping it will load up because my internet is extremely slow. I think the program that I'm using to record this is taking all the bandwidth, okay? Yeah, it is taking, I'm using OBS, okay? And next week I'm going to show you, not next week, the next lesson I'm going to show you how to use this free tool, OBS, to record your screen. Some of you are highly skilled in what you do and you want to share with the masses. You want to share on the internet, you want to share in Facebook, you want to share on YouTube, and you don't know how to do it. I can show you tomorrow in a very short, in our next video. I'm going to show you how to record your screen and yourself explaining points on your computer. If you have a PowerPoint, how you can go through your PowerPoint, recording your screen using OBS, which is a free tool, okay? Because some people have been asking how can we do that. Okay guys, so I just refreshed this here, and this platform is called revert.finance. You can go there right now, revert.finance. Now this one is a cryptocurrency, crypto guys, crypto. I am talking about crypto, because when some of you hear crypto, you think crypto is scammers, okay? But I want to show you here, there is a student, okay, one of our students in the Smart Wolf Club who started his journey, okay? This guy started his journey with a small investment of $1,000, okay? Small. I call it small because most business, you cannot start any business with $1,000. Most successful businesses start with in the millions. You want to buy a McDonald's, they're going to need a few millions from you. You want to buy a Subway, they're going to need a few millions from you. I'm not sure how much it is, but you can always Google that, okay? Franchise. You want us to just do that? Let's Google. Let's just go here. Franchise fees for popular businesses. Let's see. Popular businesses. If I can type fast. Okay, you're gonna skip all the ones that come in the beginning, the ones that say sponsored. And it tells you right here, franchise fees for popular businesses vary significantly, but you can expect the initial fee to be between $20,000 and $50,000 on average, though it can range from $10,000 to over $1 million. Popular brands like McDonald's and Dunkin' have franchise fees around $45,000 and $40,000 to $90,000 respectively, while other franchises like Club Pilots, those have fees of, these are just fees. This is not the cost. So don't get it wrong, okay? So right here, let's go further down. It tells you exactly. So when I talk about fees, this is money that you just give up. This is not even the initial fee, the setup or anything. This is not the cost. So it is the fee plus a significant total investment. So you have to pay the fee just to be part of the. So it says here, a franchise fee of $45,000 is required for new locations, though the total investment is between $1 million and $2.2 million. This is for McDonald's. And I'm not making this up, guys. I just went to old Google search, okay? So if I'm wrong, Google is wrong. I just Googled it. I did not put any, I'm not using any other software. This is just pure Googling. Dunkin', the initial franchise fee is around $40,000 to $90,000, and part of a larger estimated total investment between $500,000 and $1.8 million. So first, you have to pull around $40,000 to $90,000. How many of you have that? Okay, let's say even if you have the $90,000 or the $100,000. Now, how many of you have between $500,000 and $1.8 million lying around that you can just put into a Dunkin' Donuts? We're talking about starting a business, okay? So you have, this student here was able to start a business with $1,000, okay? A business, real business that generates money. Now, this business in the field of crypto, okay? Now, crypto might not be for everybody because some people are scared or they've been scammed, they have lost their money. A lot of us have gone through that. You lose money every day, okay? You get scammed, somebody steals your wallet, somebody steals your coins. That's part of the game, okay? Those are called business risks or whatever, losses, okay? So you take care of that. You go cry in a corner, you wipe your tears, you come back and you continue, okay? It's normal. That's like the normal thing. Losses, part of business, okay? So here we go. So the asset value now is 1.75. Do you know when this account was started? 4 weeks ago, okay? 4 weeks ago, guys. 4 weeks, less than a month, okay? 28 days. 4 weeks is 28 days, if you don't know that. 4 times 7. 7 days a week times 4 weeks equals 28 days. Because I know some of you don't believe stuff, okay? But I'm just sharing what this student has done. And I can tell you this is a live account. It's not a screenshot. Let me just refresh this and let's see. You'll see this going up. This number goes up in real time, okay? Just give it a moment. It will come back and you'll see the number has changed. Okay, you see right now it is 1762.51. Okay, let's do that again. Remember that number, 1762.51. Let's see how far it will have gone in the just 1 minute that I'm refreshing it. Okay, 1,762 and 60. 8 cents increase. 8 cents in less than what? 2 seconds? 3 seconds? You want us to play this game again? Okay, let's do it again. Pay attention to this number right here. The number that is here, or you can pay attention to the P&L, total P&L. You can see the total profit loss in the last 24 hours is $48, 48.3. The last 24 hours. There is a $26.34 uncollected. So this student has not collected that money. He'll probably collect that today. And then other than that, there's fees. It is broken down now. There's fees included here. Total fees. And why is he being paid fees? What is he doing to earn this kind of money? Nothing really. All he did was take the risk that most of us cannot afford to take. He risked his $1,000. He could lose this $1,000 anytime. But he took the risk, leap of faith, jumped into these pools. We call them pools. And now he is earning profits for just providing liquidity provision, okay? So all he did was one time set up these accounts, okay? Just set up an account one time, which we can show you right now. It will take me like 5 minutes to show you how to set up the account if you like to. But I don't see most of you are so impatient. You don't want. But if you want to learn how to do that, just comment below this video. Okay? Comment below. Join the Smart Wolf Club. Like this. Share. Maybe I'll show you. No problem. Okay? I'll show you. It's very simple. It'll just take maybe you don't need a phone call. I can just do a video, put it on YouTube, because we promise to share this knowledge. Our goal is to help our brothers and sisters learn this stuff from the comfort of their home, the comfort of their palms, because some of you have cell phones, smartphones on your palms, 24/7. You're busy on Instagram, Twitter. You can learn this stuff and do it for yourself, okay? If you have $1,000, for example, lying around, like this student, put it in a vehicle like this, okay? Revert.finance. Put $1,000, search for top positions, okay? You go to the dashboard right there. You join your wallet, MetaMask, okay? This student already has a MetaMask wallet connected. So you install your MetaMask. Some of you have different wallets, Coinbase, Wallet Connect here, so whatever. If you have a different wallet, you can connect it here. It doesn't matter what wallet you have for your crypto, because I know some of you have crypto lying idle. Okay, you can use that same crypto to gain extra profits, and you can see how much this guy is generating in the last 24 hours. Whether he slept, whether he woke up, he's playing golf, he's eating, he's having fun with his family. This simple machine started with $1,000 is generating about $48 per day. Now let's go to our calculator and do the maths. Now guys, did we finish the franchises? The point here is that you need a lot more money to start a business. Okay, so $1,000 may sound like a lot, but it's not a lot. It's a drop in the ocean compared to what businesses really cost out there. Okay, businesses cost a lot of money, and they tell you how many businesses fail, how many new businesses fail within the first year. You can see 20% of them. Okay, this is a statistics from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. This is a statistic that is shared, official, right? Google search, it gives us the answers. So guys, don't be lazy. So 20% of the businesses will fail within the first year. And how many? In the fifth year, they talk about almost 90% of them fail within the first 5 years. They go bankrupt, they close businesses. So most of the businesses that are starting do fail. And why do they fail? Because they're not making any profit. Okay? So there's a massive risk in starting a business. So if there's a machine that can actually generate cash for you, and this is money that this student can actually withdraw and spend, okay? You can withdraw this $48 into the wallet that is connected, and look at it. You can withdraw that in a form of a stable coin like USDC, USDT, and you can convert that. You can spend that whichever way you want to pay for your bills. We're talking about your rat race coefficient. Okay, so the goal is to generate your rat race coefficient, and that's what we want us to work on here. So we want to see how much do we really need to get out of the rat race. Sometimes you'll be surprised. It's less than a franchise fee. Less than a franchise fee. And some of you have that money. I know a lot of my students coming from different countries. There are some students who actually have that money enough to free them, to give them the ticket to freedom. Very easy. Very, very simple. They just lack the knowledge. Just like the Bible says in the book of Hosea, men are suffering because of lack of knowledge. Okay? Lack of knowledge. Here is the knowledge. Take it and run with it for free. I'm not charging you anything, guys. We're doing this for free for our members in the Smart Wolf Club. And we are sharing with you on the internet, on YouTube for free. Take it and run with it. Okay? Take it and run with it. Stop scrolling, guys. Stop watching those other people and start doing stuff. Let's gang up. Let's start doing this together. Let's do this together. Join us in the community. Link is in the description. Pinned first in the comment. Join the Smart Wolf Club. If you go there and the link is not working, just know that the positions are full, but give it a minute. The positions are going to be open soon, and you're going to be able to join. They will be open, okay? We don't take a lot of memberships. We only take a few members, and it is free to join. Therefore, we only take very serious individuals. Okay, so just keep an eye. You're going to just be on a waiting list. Okay, and if you need hand holding, if you don't know how to do this, you need somebody to show you over the shoulder on a Zoom call or on one-to-one, then you can join the master classes. Our coaches are more than willing to share their time. Their time is extremely valuable, and they only work with serious individuals. Not everybody qualifies. Okay, away with that. This is not some type of advertisement, so let me stop that. Let's learn. So I know most of you are interested to know, what is this student actually doing to generate this kind of money. Okay, it's very simple. You go to the dashboard, connect your wallet. Okay, once you connect your wallet, you're gonna put your crypto is already stored in your wallet. Okay, so you're gonna look for the positions here. Okay, you're gonna look for positions. Okay, you're gonna look for positions. Okay, so once you hit positions, you can see there's a pool. These are pools. These are called liquidity pools. Okay, and what are we looking for? Using our criteria is very simple. In the group, in our Smart Wolf Club, we say that the pool assets. Okay, it shows you how much there is in the pool assets. Okay, we talk about TVL, we talk about APR. Okay, so those are your guiding factors. Okay, so once you go to the dashboard, I mean top positions, you can see what are the top positions in these pools. You can see like pool assets, P&L, you can see APR. These are like ranked according to the APR. You can rank them whichever way you want. Fees, okay, so you can start from the top, paying. This one here, OVL, USDT, this pool here is paying the most fees. Look at the APR, 24,000. APR is that you've never seen. Return on investment, 33.52. Age, 0.6 days old. Okay, so maybe I may not want to get into this. Okay, because we talk about age. This could be somebody who has just created the pool, and we do not know them. Okay, pool assets, you can see, is a very small amount. P&L is very small. APR is crazy. So this could be a rug pool. Okay, you can get into this, and the owner decides to go away, and they can go away with your money. So that's why sometimes it's good to use some experience. Okay, we've gone through all those. Okay, you get in and they go away and they go with your money. Okay, so you don't want those. Okay, so age is a factor. Okay, so we're gonna be looking at the age, so we can rate them according to the age. So if a pool has been around for years, this one here has been around for years. You can see 1,598 days. That's how many years? Divide by 300. That's about 15 years. This is the wrapped Bitcoin, wrapped ETH, that pair. That pool has been around for a very, very long time. You can look at the assets, you can look at the P&L, you can look at the APR, and you can see that the ROI is about 11.03. Okay, so it's a positive ROI. That means even if your money was in here, sitting idle, you are still making more than what your bank is paying. Look, 2.52%. Some of you have money in your savings account, it hardly gives you 0.01% profit. Okay, the S&P does about 7 to 8% a year. So look at this simple pool where you just put your money, sits there, and you're making APRs of 2.2% without doing much. Okay, you can look at other pools here which are turning massive profits. You can see like that pool there. You can look here at a pool, wrapped ETH USDT. Look at that, 17.61% APR. This beats, literally, this beats, it beats most of the stock market, really. Look here, this beats most of the stock market right here, this pool alone here. So maybe I'll be looking at pools that are combining ETH with a stablecoin, USDT in this case. So I could be looking for such pools. Just by a quick research here, I could be looking for a pool like that. I might not enter this particular pool here because you can see the pool assets are really small. So I might be looking, because we're looking for total volume that is high. Okay, total TVL of about 100K and above, and of course should be of some age. All right. ROI, you can see the ROI on this is massive, 76.24%, 80, 63. So guys, you can see And then of course we have pools that are giving you negative ROI. Okay, so literally you get in and lose your money. Okay, so you don't want to join any of these. Now this could be temporary. Okay, it may turn around, but again, what I'm trying to say is, so you have to do some research, and there are key guidelines that I'm giving you guys. Okay, the TVL, very important. The age of the pool, very important. The fees that they're paying. Okay, so you have to see some fees that are actually being paid. Okay, the pool assets, and if you want to know the owners, you can look at the owners. Here is their ID. The owners are right here. So if you click on that, you can grab this number and then go to see what these guys are doing. You know, you can find more research by using scans, different scans, Ether scan, BT scan, and many other scans. Okay, for different coins, you can go and scan the activities on these accounts. Okay, when you have these addresses, you can check the activity. This is simple research that you can do. Okay, now with the advent of AI, is not complicated. Anybody can do that. You don't have to have a PhD or a degree in rocket science. Anybody can do that. Anybody with their grandmother. Instead of you guys using AI for searching terms like tell me where, how far, or what's the weather today, you can use, or to write emails, using AI to write an email, you can use AI to do stuff like this for you. Okay. All right, so you can see here, out of range, out of range. So this is how this pool is performing. You can see a lot of things are out of range. So that doesn't give me a very good indication. That means they're probably not managing their positions properly. So that I will skip that one. And you can tell because you can see at the pool value is very small. Okay. So here we have a pool that is 5 or 6 days. You can see the total. This is now what I'm talking about. Look at the TVL. It's in the millions. Look at the volume in one day. It's in the millions. Look, 136 million total volume. Tons of money in this pool. Volume, 1 day volume, trading volume is 233 million. This is how much was traded in that pool. Look at the fees, 116,931. They paid this amount of fees generated. Fees to TVL, you can see that ratio. The age of this pool is 506 days, over 1 year. So this pool has been around. So this is not a fly-by-night pool. So this will be a pool that I would want to join. So now to join the pool, you just click on this and you can create a position. You see, right guys, I just clicked that pool, and if I connected the wallet of the student here, if my student connects his wallet here, then whatever assets he has, if he has some ETH, this pool is a mixture of ETH and USDC. Okay, so if he has some idle ETH and USDC, he could participate in this pool. Okay, you can create a position depending on how much you have. And the only one thing that you have to pay attention to is the range. Okay, so again, the tighter the range, the riskier that you're going to get out of range sooner if the coin is moving up and down fast. And you know, crypto is pretty volatile. Okay, so again, you don't have to be greedy, and we use our guidelines. Most of our coaches and students use about 20%. Okay, very conservative, but you can modify that based on the assets that you're trading. Okay, so you do some bit of technical analysis here, and we can use a tool like this is wrapped ETH USDC. So we can go to trading view. Okay, trading view, and you go to where it says crypto, and you're going to be looking for ETH, wrapped ETH USDC pair. That's the pair that we want to look at. And you can actually be looking at the movements here. So let's say this is 1 month, no, 1 minute. So we want to do like 4 hours. Let's just do like weekly and see what we can see here. You know, let me just do individuals. Let me do ETH USDC. That may give us a better picture. Okay, so here is ETH against that USDC. You can see how it is behaving. Okay, so this is weekly. So if we squeeze this and we can see the trends. So you can see literally we went so much down, and now we know ETH has been pumping in the last few weeks, and you can see it's still pumping. It shows like an upward trajectory, and if you know some bit of technical analysis, you can start looking at this, looking at candle patterns. You can start doing this, and you can see this is showing us an upward trend. Okay, so if you put a trend line right there is a trend line. So if we're going to draw a trend line there, okay, so we're just trying to draw a trend line, and you can see how far we've gone away from the trend line. Okay, if we look at some of the highest points, you can see it here is actually broken its previous highs. If we make that green, you can see it here literally broke its highs. So we have a crossing over here of the trend line and the resistance line here. So again, we could be looking at saying, okay, fine, maybe I don't want to enter this position now. Maybe I wait unless it breaks above this line, previous highs. It goes above its previous highs, then I can enter. Or I can enter now, so I can ride it up all the way. Or, you know, so those are things you're looking at, okay? And if you look at ETH, if you study ETH, you can see previously ETH has actually been down here. This was 2018. You can see where we got. So literally these all are going up, okay? With a line from here, from 2018 here. If we draw a line there, you can see this every 4 years, these things are going up. See, this was 2022. 2018, it was right here at $81. 2022, it was at 1,543. 2025 here, we can see the lowest was 1,576. And now look at where we are right now, up there, okay? And with what's going on in the, if you look at the fundamental analysis of ETH, it is pretty promising because you can see the ETFs, money is going into the ETFs, and a lot of stuff is working using the ETH platform, the security of the ETH platform. That a lot of activity going on there, a lot of coins built on that, a lot of activity going on there. So there's money to come into Ethereum. The fact that it is the second largest crypto coin after Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a leading. So basically what I'm trying to say is I'm forming a story, just trying to understand more about this position, and you can see there's plenty of money going into ETH, and therefore they're paying a lot of fees, so you could be part of that. So this is where you come and you decide how much you want to participate in this. So if you have crypto that is lying idle, this would be a good one to get into. And you can see the APR is extremely high, 33.80%. 33.80, if we do a calculator here, okay, we're gonna do a calculator. Guys, I'm testing this OBS recording thing for the first time using this studio, this software. So we have 33 point, it's 33.80, okay. APR is 33.30%, okay. 33.30 divided by 12. This is annual. So monthly, we are looking at 2.775%. Let's say 3%. Okay, so we are looking at a 3% because this is variable. So if you're looking for a 3% every month, okay, so how much money do we need to have in this account to make 10K? Okay, that is the question I have for you guys. Let's calculate that, and that will give us the amount of investment you need right now. If you just want to come in now and get this sorted out right away, how much money do you need to put on this pool for you to generate at least 3%, which is 10K? For, let's say your magic number is 10K for like majority of our students. Okay, so let's go to our board again and do the maths together. Okay, so 3%, okay, 3% is equivalent to 10K per month. Okay, 10K per month. So we are doing what we call reverse engineering. If we know what we need, our target is 3%. Okay. So what would be the 100%? This is where now we need to figure out how much is the principal. How much do we need to put in this machine? And then I'm going to show you that you don't really need that much money anyway. Because some of you are scared when you see that. This X here, we're looking for that X. Let's call it P, the principal. So what is the principal that we need to inject into this machine so that it can start generating us 10K per month? Okay? So we're going to multiply that by that and this by that. So that means 100 over 100 times 10,000 is equal to 3 over 100 times P. Okay? So what are we going to do here? So then how do you get the value of is that right, guys? Guys, is that right maths? This times P, this times, we want to find out what P is. Okay, so we're going to multiply here by 100 over 3, and whatever we do on the left hand side, we do it on the 100 side. I'm hoping this is good maths. I last attended maths like 30 years ago, maths class, but I think this is correct. Okay, so just excuse me, guys. So I'm going to cancel this, I'm going to cancel this, gives me 1, gives me 1, cancel this, gives me 1, cancel this, gives me 1. So now P is equal to all this stuff. So we're going to multiply this, we're going to cancel that, we get 1, we get 1. So then we have 100,000. This is a million divided by 3. Okay, so you multiply 100 times 1,000 over 3. So 100 times, so that will be 100. This is 1 million. Okay, I'm drawing a line here. 1 million divided by 3 is going to give us our P now. So P is equal to 1 million divided by 3. And what I'm going to do is, I don't want to, guys, just use free tools, okay? You don't even have to think. So we have 1 million, guys, sorry. 1 million. That's 1 million divided by 3. So this is how much we need to put in that machine. So we need to put about 33,000, no, 333,000. 333,000, okay? So we're going to go here, and that gives us about 333,000. Okay. Now, Jesus Christ, that's a big number, okay? So if we have, this is just one machine. I just showed you a simple machine, okay? This is just a simple machine, okay? So for whatever reason, you're a rich guy, or you worked so hard, and you have saved 333,000. You're willing to risk that money. You can afford to lose it. You're gonna come here. You're gonna go to your wallet, okay, crypto wallet. You're gonna buy USDC, okay, 333,000 of USDC. This is a stable coin, okay. Every 1 USDC equals to $1. Put that in your wallet, okay, and then you're gonna come here, connect your wallet, and you are going to participate in this pool, okay? So you're gonna convert some of that 333 into ETH, wrapped ETH, and of course the rest will still be in USDC, which is a stable coin, and of course from there you're gonna participate in this pool, okay? Now you can choose the range here, okay? See, 10%. It shows you the type of APRs that you're going to be getting. It actually gives you an estimated APR based on the range, okay? So the higher the range, the lower is the APR, the less is the risk. The smaller the range, the higher is the APR, but the higher the risk of divergence losses. Divergence losses means if you get out of the range, then you have what you call divergence losses. That means your wrapped ETH, or you're gonna lose on your wrapped ETH or your USDC based on the risk that you have chosen. Okay, so based on your risk appetite, then you can decide the APR. But to be more conservative, I find that most of our coaches and students use about 20%, which is fairly conservative. And of course, this gives them enough time, maybe twice a week or once a week, they come in and check. And if you're closer to the range, then you can do what we call rebalancing your positions. Okay, so this is slightly more advanced. Maybe I should not tackle it in this video, but it's very simple. Rebalancing means it's like closing your previous position and just opening a new position, or adding more funds to your position. So you add more funds so you can expand the range, so you don't suffer what we call the impermanent loss or the divergence losses based on the range, you hitting your range or getting out of range. Okay, that's how these platforms make fees. That's how the pool holders make money. Is how they generate the fees is some people losing, some people going through those losses, divergence losses, and of course they also have small fees that they charge you for participation. Okay, the participation fees. Okay, so guys, it's that simple. It's very simple. It's brain dead, guys. This is brain dead simple. A 16-year-old can do this, and that's why you see all these 16-year-olds making money from their phones, from their basements, and you wonder why. They're lazy, they're making money, they're spending too much money. Where are they getting the money from? If they're getting the money from stuff like this. Now, let's go back to this number. This number here is a lot, okay? 333,000. How many people have 333,000 lying around? Not many. And even the ones who have it, they don't want to risk it because they are really, really afraid to lose the money. That's probably their entire life savings, okay? That is all they have been able to save over the many years they have worked, okay? So they don't want to risk this at all. This is their nest egg, okay? So now for some of you, how can you do this? How can you get to 333,000, okay? So what we can do is we can go back and look at the example of this student. Maybe we can take this example. It might not be the best, but let's try that. So this student here, 2 weeks ago, this guy invested $1,000. Okay, let's go back to the dashboard. Not really. I don't want to connect the wallets because I don't have his wallet here. Okay, let's go to... why is it trying to get me to connect to the wallet? Now, this tool here allows you to connect to any of these networks. The Ethereum network, the Arbitrum, Base, Polygon, and all these have liquidity pools where you can make money. You can see here it says lending. Again, under lending is where you can make money also. You know, like the way the banks, you give your money to the bank lends out your money and it collects interest. When you lend money, you collect interest. It's like for those of you in option trading, when you sell a put, you collect interest, okay? When you buy an option, you pay interest. So what would you rather do if you want to make cash flow? You should be selling puts. Goes without say, right? Brain dead, okay? So simply the same thing. When you lend out your money, you collect interest. Now, money could be the coins that you have in your wallet sitting idle. You can lend those out. Okay, so if you go to lending, for example, so right here I'm talking about two sources of income here. You can lend your idle coins, crypto, and collect what do we call it? You collect interest, okay? So if you lend your $1,000 worth of Ethereum, you should be able to collect interest. You can see here, current lend APY, 1502. This is higher than the interest that you can get from any source, okay? It says supply your USDC, and this is how much they pay you, 15%, okay? Because current borrowing rate is 19.25. So some people are borrowing USDC from these platforms, and these guys are lending at 1502. Now you do share that part. You get that difference is what you are pocketing. You can see you're pocketing some of that APY in your pocket. You're paid as a fee, as interest for lending your And you can see here, you're actually basically lending USDC Ethereum network, USDC, which is your stable coin. So you convert your crypto into stable coins, and you can donate, you can lend your stable coins here for guys who are borrowing. There's a lot of activity going on these platforms, okay? So borrowing, lending, and of course some of you want to borrow the money so they can invest on a higher yield, and of course you pocket. That's called arbitrage. I come here, I borrow USDC, I go back to Discover, I join a pool that is paying a higher interest than what I'm borrowing at. So if the APR here is 33 and I'm borrowing at 19, already I have an up. There's a difference of about 15% already. You guys can see that. So for the biggest risk takers out there who are making a lot of money, all they're doing is come here, borrow, go here, and since they know what they're doing, they come here, join these pools, manage the pools, and make sure they secure a high APR than the borrowing. It's basically called arbitrage, okay? And people are doing that day in, day out, okay? And they have automated all these systems. Some people do this automatically. They borrow, they lend, they join pools, and they do that every single day. So you can see there's a massive opportunity for you guys who are crypto lovers. Now, that is for the crypto lovers. I just showed you how you can actually get to 10K if you have at least 333,000. Now, let's show some of you who have little money, like this student who only has $1,000. How are you ever going to get to being able to generate 10K per month? We can use what we call compounding, okay? One guy lived many years ago who was a great mind, said compound interest is probably the strongest force out there, okay? He equated compound interest to a wonder of the world. I think he said it's the what? The 9th wonder of the world or the 6th wonder of the world. I don't know. You guys can look it up. You can just do a simple Google search and we can do it right here. What let's ask, what wonder of the world is compound interest? And it says right here, it's the 8th wonder of the world, okay? The 8th wonder of the world is compound interest. This was often attributed to Albert Einstein or Warren Buffett. These are popular minds, okay? Warren Buffett, popular mind in the finance world. Albert Einstein, popular known for his previous wisdom, okay? He lived many years before some of us, okay? So interest on interest, exponential growth, okay? Power of accumulation over a long enough time frame, you can get to 333. And I want to show you how long it's going to take this student to get to 10K, because that is the goal of this student. This student is aiming at getting to 10K per month with a very meager investment of just about 10,000, okay? I mean $1,000. Because some of you think, oh man, I don't have 333. How can I ever get there? Whatever you have, you can get started today. You're better off than somebody who doesn't start at all, okay? So we did see that student started at $1,000, and within like what, 4 weeks, it's already at 1,700 and some change. 1760 or 1762, okay? 1760 or 1762. Okay, the student is going to give us some permission to join the account, and we could see probably what is going on here. Okay, there we go. You guys can see it's already grown now. It was 1760, now it is 1772. The few minutes we've been together, this thing has grown by $12, okay? So it is an exponential growth, okay? So the goal is to grow this asset to this number, 333,000. This is the principle that we need. Now, out there, is there anybody there who has this money and wants to donate to this student? If you want to donate to this student, let me know, man. Just get hold of us. We will gladly accept it and put it in this machine, and we will share that publicly. Every single day, Every single day we do a video, we're going to show how this is growing. Okay, so you can comment below if you want to donate 333,333, because there are people here who have lots of money. Okay, this is pocket change. Yeah, we have some members in our group who spend this in a month. Their expenses per month is this. Okay, so it's not a laughing matter, guys, because I know some of you are like, you're kidding me. I'm like, guys, this is not a laughing matter. Okay, I like this famous quote that one of the greatest boxers, heavyweight boxers, did say that, you know, they were having this conference, this interview with another boxer, and the boxer earlier in the week, and the boxer was laughing throughout the conference, and he said, this is not a laughing matter. Come Friday, you will not be laughing. This is serious, man. And for sure, this guy was knocked out in the maybe first round or second round. I don't remember, but I'm not into that. But basically what I'm trying to say, this is not a laughing matter. This is serious stuff. You can see this 333,000 changing somebody's life completely, freeing them from shackles, freeing them from the rat race, putting a smile to a family. This is a lot of money. This can change a lot of people's lives, but you must know what you're doing. Okay, and some of the things, if you are a crypto lover and you're ready to take the risk, because it's a risk anyway, you could lose it anyway you can lose it anyway. You can put it in stocks, lose it. You can put it in forex and lose it. You can start a business. Like we said, 20% of the businesses fail in the first year, and I've given you an example of some of the franchises out there. You will not be able to afford any of those franchises if you have this kind of money. No, they cost much more. They need millions of dollars, 500,000 to 1 million to 2.2 for McDonald's. Some of them, you know, you need a lot of money. Okay, so we are looking for sources of, so how can we generate this 333? So we talked about this $1,000. We're taking, this is maths now, $1,000, 4 weeks period. It is now 1.7. Okay, so this is 4 weeks. 4 weeks, that is the period. So how can we get to 333? How many weeks do we need with this type of growth? If in 4 weeks we can get to 1.7, how long do we need to get to 333? So let's go and look at the APR. The APR here, if we look at the APR, guys, let's see if it can show us exactly how much. Okay, so there is a 15.02 APY with revert lend. Now this is lending. Okay, so for those of you who want to go into lending, look at that, 15%. This is way more than what your stock market is probably returning to you. Most of them are averaging 7 to 8% per year. These guys are already at 15%, just lending your crypto, guys. And this is free tools. All you have to do is connect your wallet, have some idle USDC in your wallet, be willing to risk it by lending it out using this platform, and they pay you 15.02% APY. If you divide that by 12, that is more than 1% per month. So with that type of understanding, how much money do you need to get to your 10K per month? If you have a lot of money, for example. I'm talking about people who have money sitting, lots of money sitting. And for those of you who don't have lots of money, you can start a small way, and that's why I'm showing you here. Student who started with just $1,000, and now the asset value is 1.7 within 4 weeks. And you know why it is grown so exponentially? Because there are many factors here. One, the underlying assets are also growing. You guys know about the crypto market right now. A lot of the coins are pumping, okay? So there is that innate growth of the underlying asset. So if it is Brett or ETH is growing, okay? So when he joined, let's say ETH was 4,000, now ETH is about 4,200 or 4,300. So you can see the underlying asset has grown. So that gives the growth also. And then of course there is the returns, the APY, the fees that he's getting from liquidity provision, okay? So now what this student is doing is that he is harvesting the yield from these liquidity pools and lending it out, turning around and lending it out on these other platforms. Now you lend out whatever fees you pay. They're paying you, let's say Aerodrome. You go out there, convert your Aerodrome into USDC, which is a stable coin. 1 USDC is equal to $1. It is stable, and you're gonna lend your USDC. So now you have a triple whammy, not even a double whammy, triple whammy. First, you're gaining on the growth, natural growth of the assets. And then number 3, you're also making money from the yield that you're harvesting. And number 3, you're earning from the profit that you're getting from the lending. And the chain, you can have up to 6 sources of income. We talk about 6 sources of income. I've only shown you 3. Just by buying the asset and holding it over time. We have seen crypto grows. I just showed you a graph of ETH, how ETH has grown exponentially. 2018, one coin was, look, 89, 100, under $100. 4 years ago, 1,000 and something. Right now, ETH is up here at almost 5,000. You guys can see ETH did hit almost $5,000. And there's some schools of thoughts that are saying before this is done, ETH might be $10,000. Before this cycle is done, waiting for the next 4 years, ETH could be at 10K. And they may not be wrong. They could be wrong. I might be wrong. Nobody knows. But I'm just saying, looking at the fundamentals. So to just make this story short, what have we learned today? That you can use your idle crypto, your idle money. Okay, some of you don't have crypto yet, but you're a crypto lover. You believe in crypto. You just don't know how to take your money, your dollars, your liquidity, your pounds, your euro, your French francs, your Swiss francs, your Australian dollar, your rupees, your Zambian kwacha, your what are all these dinari, whatever you call them, rupees, dinari, your yen, your Deutschmarks, your euros, your dollar, your kronas, whatever you call them, convert those into crypto. It's very simple to do that. Okay, you can go to any crypto platform, and I'm going to attach them below this video. Just go there, open an account, use your bank account or use your debit card or your money transfer system. Some of you use mobile monies or Western Union or whatever money pay, Pioneer, whatever money system you use. Buy the crypto. So if I want to participate in this this pool here, which is ETH. WETH means wrapped ETH. So you just take your ETH and you wrap your ETH using a bridge or whatever it is. These are all very simple exercises. And if you want us to show you, we can show you in the next training. Or you can let one of our coaches or students help you. Just comment below. We will show you whatever you need. Okay? Or join the Smart Wolf Club and somebody can show you over. If you really need somebody to show you over the shoulder, sit with you for half an hour and set these up together with you, you can just join the Smart Wolf Club and join the master classes. They are very easy to access. All you have to do is make sure you're serious. They're going to find out. Trust me, the coaches are not going to admit you in their class or in their groups if you are not serious. They know how to find out to separate the serious people and jokers or tire kickers or just wannabes. No, the time is so valuable, we cannot waste it with people who are not serious. Okay, only serious individuals. And I think you're serious. If you're watching this video up to this far, you're probably serious. Okay, that already separates you from. Now if you go there and the link is not working, just know that it's temporarily full. The class is full or the group is full, but it will come on very, very soon. It comes back on soon. As soon as we finish up with the cohorts, we open all these and new members come in and we continue, the membership grows. Okay? Because we want to spend quality time with every single person. Okay? Because we know time is valuable. And that's why we talk about time freedom, because time is the most valuable resource. It's not even the money. It's not even the Bitcoin. It's not even the crypto. How much crypto you have. It's time. So never let somebody waste even a minute of your time. If somebody wastes a minute of your time, just know you're never gonna recover that 1 minute. Missed time, that is missed resources forever and ever. I mean, money, you can lose money, or you can miss $1 and make $2 the next time. You know what I mean? And you can just recoup your losses. But when it comes to time, my friend, if you lend somebody your time, you're never gonna get it back. So don't waste your time. If you find that somebody is wasting your time, please let them know to stop wasting your time and move on really quickly. Run away. Run very, very far from that person. Okay? If somebody is wasting your time, run away very, very fast. Okay? That is free advice that I'm giving you. That's free advice I'm learning from my coaches who are extremely successful. And we have coaches from all over the world. Tajimoto is on here from Tokyo, Japan. Mr. Singh from India. All these guys. Mr. Baker from Atlanta, Georgia. Rodriguez from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Jose from Sacramento, California. Rosemary from New York, New York. Carinsas from Berlin, Germany. Josephine from Sydney, Australia. Malemala from Cape Town, South Africa. Omoses from Lagos, Nigeria. Mr. Scott from London, UK. Marcelina from Madrid, Spain. She's from Spain, guys. If you want to be able to enjoy these parts of the world with these people, these folks, these guys, you have to have your freedom, the freedoms, the financial freedom, the location freedom, and time freedom. Because you're going to need time, you're going to need finances, and you're going to need to be able to relocate. You know, you can't be tied to one particular place. You have to be able to move to these areas, visit these places, okay? That's what our members are all looking for. And if you're interested in achieving those freedom, please join us for free, okay? Join the Smart Wolf Club. Link is in the description, guys. All right, so my point here was, how are we going to make this 333,000 from a small investment, like let's say $1,000. Okay, right now, $1,000 grows to 1.7 in 4 weeks, okay? So how long is it going to take to grow this to 333,000? Okay, we can use something we call the compound calculator. So you can go to compound. I don't know if I'm going to bring up the correct calculator, but there is a very interesting one that we have been using for free. Compound interest calculator. Let me see if I can find it. Oh my goodness. If I don't find it here, I have shared this in my previous trainings, previous videos. Compound daily, I think it's compound. Guys, I don't plan these, what are they called? These trainings, these webinars. Nope, I do not sit down and compounddaily.org. I think that's it. Compound daily. Yep, there you go. We use this all the time. Okay, so here it is. Compound initial purchase, compound calculator. So you put $1,000. Okay, initial amount is $1,000. Okay, let me let it settle down. I think it's not working for me because I'm using a free version. There's so many advertisements, but it should work right now. Let's see. Oh, there you go. The number lock thing was not there. Okay, so what is the daily interest? No, the APY. We are looking at the APY. The APY for some of these, you can see APR 46.01. Okay, 56. These are the vehicles, the position that this student is in. The LP position, liquidity position. There are 7 of them. And you can see the average is 46, 56, 39. This is this one has 100% here, and then there's a 67, and there you go, or minus 87. Okay, but there's no assets in this one, very little assets. Okay, so if we look at the average APR here, what is the total APR here? Let's see. What is the average APR? I'm trying to see if there's a way we can just find an average really quickly. Staking rewards, gas cost, total fees, you can see. Uncollected is 27. Guys, it's going up, right? While we are still here, it is going up. Okay. So let's take even a simple one, like let's say 15 15 or 2%. Oh, no, let's take some of these interesting ones. Let's say 46, 56, 39. We're going to add all the positive ones. 46 plus 56, that's 112. No, 102 plus 39. 102 plus 39 is 141. Okay, 141 plus 100. 241 plus 67. Let's say 300. Okay, so 300 divided by 1. How many pools are those? 1, 2, the ones that are positive, 3, 4, 5. So 300 divided by 5 is 60. Okay, so 60% APR. 60% APR divided by 12 gives you about 5% per month. Okay, so we come back to our compound daily, and we're talking about 5% per month. Length of term in days. Okay, let's say daily interest range in percent. So 5% per month. What is that in a day? So you're gonna go to 5% divided by days, which is 30. So per month, so we go to 5%. 5 divided by 30. We want to find the daily interest. So it is 0.1666. Let's say it's 0.17. Okay, so we put here 0.17. That is the daily interest rate percent. Length of terms in days, let's do 1 year, 365, and we are investing 100%. So we are not withdrawing any money. Okay, we are letting the money withdraw, include weekends, include everything, and we are starting today. We're going to calculate, and we're going to see how much the interest will have grown. Okay, so we can see. So I don't think it's giving us the correct APR here. Is this the daily APR? Let me see, because the numbers look too small. Because this alone you can see is 0.3%. Okay, let me see. Something may not be right here. Okay, fee APR, annual percentage return from fees, annual percentage rate of return given the current value of the underlying assets. Okay. Because look at this. In 24 hours, this thing makes 4262. What is 4262 of this amount? Let's do it that way. 4262, 42.62 divided by 17. Let's see what percent that is on a day. What we just made in the daily. Guys, you know, you gotta play some maths here. Okay, that times 100. And that's the APR we are talking about. Yes, this makes sense. 2.40. I knew something was not right. Let's use that. 2.40 per day. Okay? 2.40 per day. And let's calculate that. Okay, guys, you can see now this has grown exponentially. Okay? Exponentially. If this thing is growing at this rate every single day, okay, total P&L, if it grows by that rate, if that's what you're making per day, this is how much you're going to have at the end of the year. Like some crazy amount, okay? I don't even want to say it. It's like 5 point something, okay? Now, if we use a more conservative APR, like what we were doing, 0. What was that? 0.3? 0.3%. Calculate that. You can see we'll be at 2,984 in 1 year. Okay, so let's say you do that for how many years? Let's say you do that for 10 years. So that is 365. That's 10 years. In 10 years, how much is it going to be? think this thing is not loading. Let's restart it. In 10 years, let's see how much that will be. Yeah, because most of you will be here in 10 years. After 10 years, you guys will still be here doing the same thing, getting really tired in the rat race, and nothing will have changed. So let's have a 10-year plan. Okay, so we're talking about 1,000. We're starting with 1,000 today. Okay, so right now after this, you're going to start with 1,000, and we talked about a 0.3%. I think it was 0.3%, because we just divided. We just divided the APR, and we saw it was 60%. 60% divided by 12 was 5, divided by 30 days, we got it as 0.17. Sorry, okay, so we got to 0.17, and then we're going to give ourselves 10 years. 10 years is 3,650 days. Example, daily reinvest is 100%. We are investing everything. We are not withdrawing anything from this pool, and we are hoping that everything stays constant, that this pool keeps running for the next 10 years. Okay, so we're going to do that. And I can tell you guys, these things are not going anywhere. Ethereum will still be there. USDC will still be there, because if some of you are scared, oh, this crypto will be gone. Look, 10 years ago, Bitcoin was still there, and now Bitcoin is at 100 and something. So those of you who are skeptical, okay, so in 10 years, with your $1,000, guys, with this type of interest rate, you will definitely be way over the 330,000. I can tell you, look, we are already above that. So look where we are right now, 492,599. So I'm going to bring that, and I'm going to paste it here. Wow. I don't know if it allows me to paste. It doesn't look like. So I can just write it. It is this amount here, 492,599. 492,599 point, to be exact, 97. Okay, that is, the points here are 10 years of just putting $1,000. Okay, so we start with $1,000. We started with $1,000, guys. So you just grab your 1,000 that you don't need, that you can lose anytime. You grab it, you skip a few meals or whatever it is, and you forget about this $1,000. You put it in this machine, lending machine or liquidity machine, and you forget about it for the next 10 years. And after 10 years, you come back. So let's say this right now is 2026, 2025. So you come back 2035. Some of you would be 10 years older. So if you're 20 years, you'll be 30. If you're 30, you'll be 40. If you're 40, you'll be 50. If you're 50, you'll be 60. If you're 60, you'll be 70. If you're 70, you'll be 80. If you're 80, you'll be 90. If you're 90, you'll be 100. Okay? So 10 years later, you would be at 400,900 if everything remains the same. And we are hoping it will remain the same, because looking at what's going on in the world, things don't really change that much. We've seen that Ethereum has been there for the last almost since 2018, when it was only $100, and now it is 4,000 and something. Bitcoin has been there since 2009, when it was just $1 around 2011, and now it's 2025. This is more than 14 years later, and Bitcoin is now 100 and something thousand, from $1 to over 100,000 per coin. So things remain around for a long time. Okay, so same thing with companies. Those of you who are into stocks, is the same thing. Some of these companies have been there for over 10 years. Amazon, the Amazon stock a few years ago, if you had bought the Amazon stock at $1, you'd have, a few people made millions. Those of you who bought Tesla stock a few years ago are now millionaires. Those of you who bought the Nvidia stock when the chips were not as famous, now are millionaires. So these things stick around for a long, long time. Okay, so this is just to dispel the fear that, oh, who knows what is going to happen tomorrow. Well, you're still earning money and saving money. So just take your $1,000, put it in a machine like this, and forget about it. Check after 10 years. Unbelievable. You'll have generated enough money for you to retire. You'll have generated 492, which is not enough to retire on, because 492, if you need $10,000 per month to survive, this is not enough at all. This is nothing, okay? So what you need to do now, you have enough capital to put it in our machine, this same machine that can now give you 10K per month, okay? So you're going to take this money, okay? So you're never going to spend this money. This is your principle. Nobody's going to ever withdraw it. You can put it in a trust. Nobody's ever going to take this money. It is somewhere where nobody can touch it, your family members. You can will it to your grandchildren. You're not going to touch this money. But every month, they're going to be cash flow 10K if they put it in a machine like this. And guys, with that, let me end this training here. This was a trial training for this OBS recording system, but in the process I decided to give you guys a whole lesson that you can take right now and run with it, and this can change your lives. And when it changes your lives, please come back here and share the proceeds with us. Now, for those of you who have a lot of money, that you already have the 333 somewhere which you can risk, like starting a business, for example, and you want to start these machines and you want somebody to help you set this machine, you don't know how to do it, then you can get hold. Comment below, or you can join our groups. DM us. There's an email address. You can send us an email, and one of our coaches is going to get back to you and is going to help you. Our goal here in this Smart Wolf Club is to help our brothers and sisters escape the rat race, okay, and enjoy their freedoms, okay. Now, this student started with $1,000. If you're out there and you think you have a lot of money, you want to boost his account, again, you can get hold of us, and this will be forwarded to this student. Guys, let's change somebody's life. Let us say a word of prayer. In the belief of the power mighty, we pray whoever is going to apply this training may be successful. We pray that the markets be good to us. We pray that everything that we shared here may be touch somebody's lives. Even though there are no guarantees of the results that we have displayed, we hope and pray that this happens to those who implement it. In the belief of the power mighty, we pray. Amen. Guys, before I go, I want to tell you something. In our next live, we're going to be showing you how to leverage the power of AI to make this money, okay? Starting from $100. We're going to start a business from A to Z using $100. We only have a budget of $100. This student has $100, and he has decided that he's going to show the journey so he can teach some people how to. While he's taking the risk with his $100, he's going to be sharing everything along the way to see how that $100 can become $100,000 per year, from $100 to $100,000 per year. We're going to see how long it's going to take. We're going to see what it involves, what it entails using the power of AI. There'll be no stone unturned. There'll be no hidden secrets under the card. Everything will be on the table. So you guys are going to be invited to the table. Everything will be on the table for you, for yours, for the taking. So you're going to consume that knowledge. You're going to implement it in your own lives, and let's change people's lives. With that, guys, I say adios until next time, guys. But give me the shares, give me the likes, and also share this. Join the Smart Wolf Club. We want to grow this channel. With your power, we can grow this channel. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you share, hit the bell notification so you're notified when we have the next training. Thank you, guys. Have a nice day.